Imagine this. Tomorrow you wake up in London and your job depends entirely on your English. No subtitles, no grammar exercises, just you trying to survive. And yet, most adults prepare for the Cambridge B2 exam the wrong way. They spend months memorizing grammar rules, completing exercises, and studying endless vocabulary lists, only to panic during the real exam. Or even worse, during real conversations. So today, we're doing things differently. You are not a student anymore. You're an FBI agent preparing for a mission. And the Cambridge B2 exam is now your training ground. Using real psychological frameworks inspired by the FBI communication and intelligence techniques, I'm going to show you how to train your English for pressure and predictability and real-world communication. I'm Teacher M, and welcome to a new mission. If you struggle with the Cambridge listening section, it's usually not because your English is bad. It's because your brain is trying to translate every single word in real time. And under pressure, that strategy just doesn't work. But real agents don't translate, they detect patterns. So today, your first mission is simple. Learn how to listen like an investigator. Because most candidates try to understand every word. But fluent people don't listen word by word. They listen for only three things: intention, emotion, and repetition. Even native speakers miss words sometimes. What allows them to still understand the message, though, is their ability to predict meaning from patterns. That is one of the biggest secrets behind fluency. Ready to test your skills? Because now you're going to hear an audio clip. No subtitles, no preparation, no second chances. And your only objective is to intercept the message.
What are you up to this weekend, Mark?
Picking up my new bike tomorrow, then taking it out on the road. I want to see how it performs on the hills.
Fantastic. I need to get out on my bike more at weekends. Cycling a kilometre into town to go shopping isn't proper exercise.
Well, you're welcome to join me. I won't be going all that fast.
I still wouldn't be able to keep up with you. But thanks anyway. Perhaps you could suggest some easy rides for me to start with.
Okay, I'll have a think and let you know.
Did you catch everything? Probably not, but that's good. It was totally intentional. Now we're going to intercept the message again. But this time, stop chasing every word. Use the anchor technique instead. Look, here's a question for this audio. The first thing I want you to do is to ignore the answer choices. Notice that the exam is already giving you context, friends, plans, and weekend. And then a question about the man. Clear and easy, right? Here it comes the trick that nobody ever teaches. There's always one or two words that repeat in the answer choices. So don't do what amateurs do and read all the questions in detail. No. I want you to simply take a quick look at the answer choices in order to identify those anchors, which are the words that repeat. In this case, the word that repeats the most is cycle or cycling, same thing. So now that we have friends, plans, weekends, and cycling, you can easily connect ideas as you're listening. Don't translate, don't try to catch every word, just dive into the conversation and see where it goes. Ready?
What are you up to this weekend, Mark?
Picking up my new bike tomorrow, then taking it out on the road. I want to see how it performs on the hills.
Fantastic. I need to get out on my bike more at weekends. Cycling a kilometre into town to go shopping isn't proper exercise.
Well, you're welcome to join me. I won't be going all that fast.
I still wouldn't be able to keep up with you. But thanks anyway. Perhaps you could suggest some easy rides for me to start with.
Okay, I'll have a think and let you know.
Did you notice the difference? The second time felt much easier. Not because your English magically improved in 10 seconds, but because your brain finally had context. Now you knew who was speaking, the emotional tone, the pace, the topic, and the direction the conversation was taken. Your brain stopped decoding isolated words and started predicting meaning. That is how real fluency works. Fluency is not hearing every word perfectly. It is recognizing patterns fast enough to survive the conversation. This is where most adults collapse. Why? Because they treat the speaking part like a school test instead of a real communication scenario. Imagine an agent negotiating during a high-pressure mission. Do they suddenly freeze because they forgot the present perfect tense? No. The mission comes first. Perfection comes later. And that is exactly how you should approach the Cambridge speaking section. Most students panic because they try to build perfect sentences before speaking. But fluent speakers do the opposite. They keep momentum and refine naturally while they are speaking. So, instead of memorizing complex grammar structures that clog your brain, you need to train your defensive vocabulary. These are strategic phrases that will buy your brain some time to be able to process the information while still sounding natural and confident. Instead of freezing or saying, huh? You want to say phrases like, that's a really interesting question. Let me think about that for a second. What I would say is, from my perspective, these phrases are incredibly powerful in the Cambridge B2 exam. They maintain flow, they show confidence, they create fluency under pressure, and most importantly, they give your brain time to build the next sentence. Remember, fluency is not the absence of pauses. Fluency is controlling the conversation while you're still thinking.
You're playing there. When we step on the floor, every second that clock is ticking.
To help you apply everything we covered today, I've created a free B2 First survival guide. Inside, you will find more phrases, vocabulary, and tricks so that you can have all you need to face the exam with absolute confidence. The download link is in the video description below. Here's the ugly truth. Most students approach the reading section like tourists. Real agents don't waste energy trying to understand every single line equally, because that is a massive waste of time. Instead, they search for patterns, structural signals, and key information. Your objective is not to understand 100% of the text. Your objective is to extract the information necessary to complete the mission, which is to answer the question. And once you understand that, the reading section becomes dramatically easier. Reason why in the Cambridge B2 exam, you should stop reading paragraphs chronologically, meaning from beginning to end. Instead, train your brain to scan for structural anchors, such as contrast words. We have however, despite, on the other hand, and we also have anchor concepts such as names, repeated nouns, dates, occasions, and conclusion signals. Therefore, ultimately, as a result, and many others. These structural clues usually reveal where the real answer is hiding. Let's take a look at this example. If you need to know the cause or the consequence, you should pay attention to the conclusion signals. And if you're looking for differences in ideas, for example, you go to contrast words. Notice that just by scanning the structure of the text, instead of paying attention to every detail, we can get to the right answer more quickly. And at the same time, we are avoiding having to read the text over and over and over again. This way, we become way more effective. Most adults try to write essays and emails trying to sound sophisticated and intelligent, but that is a big mistake. Because in high-pressure environments, clarity always beats complexity. The Cambridge examiners are not looking for Shakespeare, They are looking for effective communication. That means clear structure, organized ideas, logical transitions, and controlled vocabulary. That is what creates the impression of fluency and confidence. Because real English is not about perfection or grammar, it's about connection. Congratulations, agent. Today your mission has been successfully accomplished. If you are ready to develop real operational fluency, hit subscribe, like this video, and tell me what topics you would like to investigate with me next. I'm Teacher M, and I'll see you in the next mission.
What are you up to this weekend, Mark?
Picking up my new bike tomorrow, then taking it out on the road. I want to see how it performs on the hills.
Fantastic. I need to get out on my bike more at weekends. Cycling a kilometre into town to go shopping isn't proper exercise.
Well, you're welcome to join me. I won't be going all that fast.
I still wouldn't be able to keep up with you. But thanks anyway. Perhaps you could suggest some easy rides for me to start with.
Okay, I'll have a think and let you know.